All right, joining us now with reaction to all tonight's breaking news, she is the host of Justice, Judge Jeanine Pirro. Look, if you look at our top stories tonight, there's a part of me that can't believe all this is happening. So we have the Grassley-Graham memorandum, unredacted, that comes out last night, literally minutes before we start the show. In this, they're saying this dossier is full of Russian government lies. They don't say lies, but Russian government sources, Russians. And then we learn that there are Clinton sycophants also feeding Michael Steele. Now, it's bad enough that they're using the dossier to feed to a liberal media that doesn't do any work or fact-checking on their own. But then it gets even deeper, is that Comey and others use this as the bulk of information, unverified, Hillary Clinton bought and paid for, Russian propaganda full of salacious lies, to get a FISA warrant against an opposition party candidate to prevent him from winning, and then when he does win, to try and unseat a duly elected president.
You know,
I don't even know
Sean,
where to begin with the law here.
If you were to write a script for Hollywood, even they might think that this was a little over the top. But you see, Sean, the frustration that I have, and so many Americans have, is that as we keep hearing these pieces of evidence come out, we say to ourselves, why isn't anything being done? Or is something about to be done? Because as someone who's tried criminal cases for decades, what you do is you put together the pieces of the puzzle. And now we know that President Obama, shock, lied to us when he said, I'm not involved in anything involving the FBI and the DOJ. No investigation am I involved in. And of course, you've got these two FBI lovebirds
do we know
saying
what that? Do we know what that text message specifically said?
Sean, it's September of 16. Comey had already closed the Clinton emails in July of 16. So it's either about the setup that they were doing to set up Donald Trump, or someone was saying it's about a meeting with Putin. But here's the bottom line. The president-elect was directly involved with the FBI in identifying their investigations. Now, when she says he wants to know what we're doing, he's not curious. He doesn't want to know about their sex life or that they're having an affair. It's about what they're doing at work as it relates to the FBI. And every trial is a puzzle. The pieces of the puzzle are coming together. And Strzok has to be indicted. McCabe has to be indicted. You've got a lot of people right now who are right on the brink. And, you know, you want to know, what did this president know?
On the brink of, finish that thought.
We're on the brink of indictments coming down. Look, I'm glad Congress is looking into this. I'm very happy. They can make themselves happy. And make no mistake, if it weren't for them, we wouldn't know half of this. But I want a prosecutor looking into this. I want a grand jury impaneled. I want subpoenas. I know the Inspector General is coming out with his report. And as I understand it, there are a lot of FBI agents calling me.
Who would likely be the targets of this investigation? This is an important question.
What is the question?
Who would likely be the main targets of this investigation?
FBI. Strzok, McCabe. I don't know why Bruce Orr is still working. Lisa Page. And there's an interesting character, Priestap. He's a guy in this hierarchy that no one is talking about.
What about
I want to know, Sean, is why is no one talking about him? Is he so clean or is he cooperating? What's going on?
Judge, what about Comey and Rosenstein?
It's too soon for them yet. Comey needs to be the target of an active criminal investigation. I've said that a million times. Comey lied to the American people. Comey should have been fired the day after he decided that he was the attorney general.
What about Hillary Clinton?
Well, if the statute of limitations hasn't passed, go for it. Or how about you start looking into the Clinton Foundation?
Wait a minute. They fixed it. When they were writing their exoneration before investigation, it was rigged. And everybody knew that they were rigging
That doesn't mean you cannot reopen it, Sean. There's only double jeopardy
but
if
they
you've been
rigged it
acquitted.
so she could stay as the candidate because they thought that she would win and become president. And even Strzok and Page were afraid, oh, my gosh, if she wins, she might get mad at us at one point. But then the more important thing is, who knew? How did they possibly take unverified information, withhold from a FISA court judge that it's Hillary Clinton bought and paid for? How do you withhold that kind of information when seeking something as sensitive as a FISA warrant?
Well, you withhold it very simply. Let me explain something to you, Sean. A lot of these FISA judges, people think FISA judges are picked, that they're special for the secret court. No, they're district court judges. And there's something called forum shopping, where someone decides, I want to get this judge or that judge. And maybe if you look at the number of FISA warrants that are approved, it's like 97%. Come on, does that sound like a rubber stamp to you? As if these people are worried they'll be found out? No, Sean.
I know one judge I don't think I'd want to be for, and that's you. Be before.